My name is Sydney's ASMR. Today we're going to do a soft-spoken video where I'm going to put your mind into a trap. Dun dun dun. I have a board game that I've never played before that I've had in my house since I can remember, probably before. I think my parents got it in the 90s, and it has some dust in it, and, well, we're going to open it up, crack this box open, and see what lies inside, shall we? It's called Mind Trap. The game that will challenge the way you think. Alright, so I'm pretty dumb. Just kidding, I'm really smart, but sometimes these types of games, they don't click right away, or I don't get it right away, but we're just gonna jump right in. And you're gonna put your thinking cap on. Do you got your thinking cap on? Good. Alright, let's dive in. Alright, let's open up the first one. The question says, Shadow drove into the Speedy service station and pulled up to the pumps. "Fill it up, please," said Shadow. "This may sound strange," said the owner, "but I'd rather fill 2 cars from out of town than 1 car from this town." Shadow looked across the small town and replied, "I know just what you mean." Why should the owner feel this way? Because he lives in the town and he may not mind. Maybe they're buddies. Let's see what the question, the answer is. The owner would rather fill 2 cars from anywhere than 1 car from town because he would make twice the amount of money. Let's continue. Picture a ship at anchor. Over the side hangs a rope ladder with half-meter rungs. The tide rises a half-meter per hour. At the end of 5 hours, how much of the ladder will remain above the water, assuming that 9 rungs were above the water when the tide began to rise? All right, we got our thinking caps on. Let me reread that 3, 4, 6 times. All right, let's look at the answer. The answer says 9 rungs will be above the water. As the tide rises, so too will the ship and the ladder. Oh. I'm smart. All right, well, let's continue. Okay. Next one. I am a man. If Jason's son is my son's father, what relationship am I to Jason? Let me repeat that. I am a man. If Jason's son is my son's father, what relationship am I to Jason? You would be Jason's son. The easiest way to solve this problem is to substitute me for the phrase, my son's father. The statement would then read, if Jason's son is me, what relationship am I to Jason? What is one thing that all wise men, regardless of their religion or politics, agree is between heaven and earth? What is between heaven and earth? The answer is the word "and." How long will it take to cut a wooden log into 10 equal pieces if it takes 1 minute to make each cut? I'll repeat that. How long will it take to cut a wooden log into 10 equal pieces if it takes 1 minute to make each cut? The answer is 9 minutes, since only 9 cuts are needed. How many times can you subtract the number 5 from 25? How many times can you subtract the number 5 from 25? The answer is once. After the first calculation, you will be subtracting 5 from 20, then 5 from 15, and so on. That was a dumb one. All right, one about Shadow. Shadow had parked his car under a tree and was heading toward the suspect's house when a vicious dog lunged at him. Luckily for Shadow, he was just beyond the dog's reach. Since the suspect wasn't home, Shadow decided to leave, but he had a slight problem. The dog, straining at the end of his chain, was following Shadow's every move. With the chain attached to the tree, the dog had access to both car doors. How could Shadow get into his car without the dog being able to reach him? Let's repeat this, shall we? Shadow had parked his car under a tree and was heading toward the suspect's house when a vicious dog lunged at him. Luckily for Shadow, he was just beyond the dog's reach. Since the suspect wasn't home, Shadow decided to leave, but he had a slight problem. The dog, straining at the end of his chain, was following Shadow's every move. With the chain attached to the tree, the dog had access to both car doors. How could Shadow get into his car without the dog being able to reach him? Here is the answer. Since the dog was following every move he made, Shadow began circling the tree, with the dog right behind him. After several revolutions, the chain became shorter, and consequently, the dog no longer had access to both car doors. That's smart. Next question. How high would you have to count before you would use the letter A in the English language spelling of a whole number? How high would you have to count before you could use the letter A in the English language of spelling? Okay. So when you're spelling numbers, how long would it take to get an A in there? Let's see. Oh, you would have to count to 1,000. If you answered 101, it's correct. The number 101 should be spelled 101. It is as technically incorrect to say 90 and 9. Oh, 1,000 does have an A in it. 1,000. That's right. Don't worry, guys. I know how to spell. I went to school. I'm a smart cookie. Just like you guys. All right, let's read another one. The letters on the glass doors of a beauty parlor read correctly when viewed from the street. How would this lettering appear when seen in a mirror in the parlor, which reflects it from a mirror, which reflects it from another mirror? What? Okay. The letters on the glass doors of a beauty parlor read correctly when viewed from the street. Okay. How would this lettering appear when in a mirror in the parlor, which reflects it from a mirror, which I think it would be okay, because it would be reflected wrong and then it would be reflected right again. The answer is the lettering would appear in the correct fashion. Viewing an image in a mirror will reverse it, and reflecting this reversed image in another mirror will correct it, etc. Yeah. 2 wrongs make a right. Am I right, folks? I'm right, aren't I? Next question. There is a word in the English language in which the first 2 letters signify a male, the first 3 signify a female, the first 4 signify a great man, and the whole word a great woman. What is the word? Heroine. I'm going to show this to you guys. Can you see it? It's hard to see. But heroine, he, the first 3 letters are her, the first 4 letters are hero, and the whole word is heroine. Not heroin. Heroin? We're going to keep going, shall we, folks? All right. Let's keep going. Harry Plum, a fruit farmer from Georgia, was waging war against the blackbirds that were constantly sampling his cherry crop.
How rude. One day Harry noticed 16 blackbirds dining on his favorite cherry tree. Determined to teach the birds a lesson they wouldn't soon forget, he got out his shotgun and blasted away at them. Although Harry only managed to hit one of the birds, he did succeed in blowing it clean out of the tree. How many birds are now left in the tree? I would assume all of them are gone because they would all fly away. Let's find out. After a shotgun blast, the number would be 0. Correct. That one wasn't too bad. Next question. As a rule, how long will a so-called 8-day clock run without winding? Well, if you don't wind it, it shouldn't run. Am I correct? If the clock isn't wound, it won't run at all. I'm smart. Okay, let's find a good one. Let's see. Next question. Which one of the three would see most clearly in total darkness? A leopard, a bat, or an owl? Well, I'm not gonna lie. I think bats use echolocation, right? So that wouldn't be a bat. So I think it leaves owl and leopard, and I don't know much about leopard's eyesight at night, so I'm gonna go with owl. None. In total darkness, it's impossible to see anything. Well, that was devastating. Devastating answer. Don't appreciate that. Next question. If you divide 30 by half and add 10, what is the answer? So 30 by half would be 15. And then if you add 10, it would be 25. The answer is 70. When dividing by fractions, you must invert and multiply. When you divide 30 by half, 30 by 1/2. 30 by 1/2 would be 60, and then you add 10. That makes sense, but that's kind of silly. I don't appreciate that one either. Next question. If you were given a can of cola that was 97% caffeine free, how many cans of cola would you have to drink in order to consume the same amount of caffeine found in regular cola? Well, if one can is 3%, then you'd have to drink enough to fill up 100%. So that would be like, I don't know, how many times is 3 and 100? 3 times 30. I don't know, you have to eat like 35 cans. Not eat, drink. 33 and 1/3 cans. If there's a 3% caffeine found in caffeine-free cola, it would take 100 divided by 3 to equal the same amount. A pro-lifers, am I right, guys? Next question. Captain Frank was out for a walk when it started to rain. First off, Captain Frank, that's a pretty cool name. Imagine me calling myself Captain Sydney. Welcome aboard, folks. It's Captain Sydney. Sit tight, put your thinking caps on, and let's proceed with the question. All right, come on. Captain Frank was out for a walk when it started to rain. He did have an umbrella, and he wasn't wearing a hat. His clothes were soaked, yet not a hair on his head got wet. How could this happen? I know, because he's bald. Captain Frank is completely bald. He has alopecia. Next question. King Henry VIII gave his wife a bottomless container to put flesh and blood in. What did he give her? A coffin? Bottomless container to put blood and flesh in. I'm intrigued. Immediately I thought about periods. Like, is he giving her a pot to go potty in? I think a coffin. a ring for her finger. That makes sense, actually. It is bottomless. That one was kind of cute, I have to admit. Next question. It's just my luck, screamed Barney Dribble. What a fancy name. It was about 10:30 in the morning, and for once I hadn't had a drink yet. I was driving along the highway, doing the legal speed of 100 kilometers per hour. My old Heap just passed the safety, and my license plates. License and insurance were all in order. Not only that, but I was even wearing my seatbelt. So anyway, I'm driving along. I pass a couple of cars, being certain not to go over 100 clicks, and the next thing I know, a cop pulls me over and gives me a ticket. What could Barney have done wrong? I don't know, having the name Barney Dribble as a start. I don't know, let's find out the answer. Barney was doing something only slightly legal. He was driving his car in the wrong direction. The cars he passed were going the opposite way. Okay, whatever, no one cares. Alright, next question. An old beggar collects cigarette ends from ashtrays and sidewalks and uses the tobacco to roll her own cigarettes. She has this practice down to a fine art, knowing that 7 cigarettes ends will make 1 cigarette. Since she has collected 49 ends, how many cigarettes can she make from these? 49 divided by 7 is 7. Right? 7 times 7 is 49? Yeah. 8. Oh my gosh, I need to get back to school. She makes 7 cigarettes from the 49 ends, and then she's able to make 1 more from the 7 she has just smoked. Okay, no, I do know math. All right, good. We're going to read one last question to trap your mind. Which one of the following words does not belong with the others, and why? Father, aunt, sister, cousin, mother, uncle. Do you guys know? Because I don't. Let's find out the answer, shall we? Cousin does not belong since all the others refer to a specific sex. Whatever. Alright. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope I intrigued your brain just a little bit to help you fall asleep. And I enjoyed making this, and I'm probably a little bit smarter, right, guys? Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more content and sleep very well, my lovelies. Good night.